Have you ever paused, looked around and wondered if time is truly real, or is it just a construct, something we feel, a shared illusion perhaps? We measure it with clocks, with atomic precision and historical markers, but our subjective experience of time is anything but regular or consistent. Some days vanish in a blink, disappearing like fleeting dreams. Others drag on endlessly, each second an eternity. These differences hint, they whisper a secret, that time isn't a fixed ruler, a straight line marching forward, but a feeling, an interpretation shaped by the intricate workings of our minds. The brain doesn't just passively record events, it actively organizes them into a cohesive story, a personal narrative, creating our individual sense of past, present, and future. The clock on the wall ticks steadily, a constant rhythm in the background, but the clock in our heads, our internal chronometer, is unpredictable and fluid. Our journey into the very nature of time starts with the brain, the master storyteller, the architect of our temporal world, weaving our reality thread by thread. Is the time you feel, the time of joy and sorrow, the same as the time a clock measures? Not at all. By understanding how the brain constructs time, its intricate mechanisms, we begin to see that reality is not just something existing outside us. It's actively built, shaped, and experienced within us. We don't just passively live in time, we actively create it, moment by fleeting moment, shaping our own temporal landscape. What is now? A question that philosophers and scientists have pondered for centuries. It feels like a single instant, a fleeting snapshot of existence. But what if I told you it's actually a clever illusion, a trick of the mind? Your brain processes sights, the images that flood your vision, sounds, the symphony of noises that surround you, and sensations, the feelings that course through your body, all at different speeds. Then, with incredible speed and precision, it stitches them together into what you perceive as a seamless present. This means your now is always a split second behind reality, a delayed broadcast of the world around you. Like a live TV broadcast with a slight delay, a lag between the action and what you see on screen, your brain edits and synchronizes these disparate inputs, aligning them in a way that makes sense. Before presenting you with the finished moment, a polished and coherent version of reality, that's why a flash of lightning and a clap of thunder, two events that originate from the same source, can seem simultaneous, even if they aren't, because your brain is working to reconcile the different arrival times of light and sound. The present you experience is a carefully constructed replay, a retrospective interpretation of what just happened, not a live event, but a recording played back with a slight delay. We never truly touch the present. We are always just a fraction of a second behind. We're always experiencing a reconstruction of the immediate past, a memory being formed in real time. This isn't a flaw, it's not a bug in the system, it's what lets us make sense of a chaotic world, allowing us to filter and prioritize information. The seamless flow of your experience, the continuous stream of consciousness, is a testament to your brain's editing power, its ability to create a coherent narrative from fragmented sensory inputs. The present isn't found waiting to be discovered, it's made, actively constructed by your brain. Our access to reality is always through the brain's creative lens, a filter that shapes and molds our perception of the world. Intense experiences can warp our sense of time. In a crisis like a car accident, time seems to slow down, not because the world changes, but because the brain records more detail. The amygdala kicks in, memories become denser, and later the event feels longer in retrospect. Trauma can break the brain's timeline, trapping people in a loop where the past feels ever present. Flashbacks aren't just memories, they're relived with full emotional force. The brain's story of time is disrupted, leaving people stuck between a painful past and an unreachable present. Healing means helping the brain file memories away, restoring the flow of time. Our sense of duration is shaped by how the brain processes and stores experience. Time can stretch or freeze depending on what we live through. The architecture of time is built and sometimes broken by the mind. Everyday emotions constantly reshape our sense of time. Anxiety makes minutes crawl as we focus inward and count every second. Joy and engagement make hours fly because we're absorbed in the moment, not tracking time. Boredom, like anxiety, turns our attention inward, making time feel heavy and slow. The content of our experience determines how long it feels. A boring lecture drags. An exciting movie of the same length vanishes. Our emotional state is a key input for the brain's internal clock. Time is not a cold measurement, but a living experience colored by feeling. The same hour can feel endless or fleeting, depending on our mood. Understanding this gives us new appreciation for how our inner world shapes time. Time is not just passing, it's being felt. Our emotions are the paintbrushes on the canvas of time. Sometimes our sense of time disappears entirely. In a flow state, deep immersion in music, sports, or creative work hours can feel like minutes. The prefrontal cortex, which tracks time and self, quiets down, letting us lose ourselves in the task. We stop monitoring time and simply exist in the moment. Meditation can create a similar effect, dissolving the boundaries between past, present, and future. The goal isn't to make time pass quickly, but to step outside it. Psychedelics can also disrupt the brain's timekeeping, blending moments together or stretching them into eternity. These altered states reveal how constructed our sense of time truly is. When the brain's usual filters are bypassed, time's illusion is exposed. Flow, meditation, and psychedelics all show time is a product of consciousness. Modern physics echoes, resonating with profound implications about the very nature of reality. What neuroscience reveals, time is not what it seems. It's far more fluid and subjective than our everyday experience suggests. Einstein's theory of relativity showed that time can stretch and squeeze depending on speed and gravity. The stronger the gravitational field, the slower time passes relative to weaker fields. For astronauts near light speed, time slows down. For us, it marches on. A truly mind-bending concept. Einstein called the distinction between past, present, and future a stubborn illusion, a persistent trick of perception. Quantum physics goes further, suggesting cause and effect can blur, and time's arrow may not be absolute. The very direction of time becomes questionable at the quantum level. Both physics and neuroscience point to the same truth. Our everyday sense of time is a useful story, not a fundamental reality. It's a construct of our minds and our physical laws. Clocks and calendars are tools, not windows, into the true nature of time. The deeper reality is far stranger and more flexible than we imagine. Whether in the brain or the cosmos, time dissolves under close inspection. The universe's timeline is not as simple as it seems. It's a tapestry woven with threads of relativity and quantum uncertainty. Time's mystery deepens the more we look. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we don't know. Our brains don't just perceive time, they create it. Fear, emotion, flow, and even physics show that time is a product of consciousness. This realization has practical power. We can shape our experience of time. Seeking novelty makes time feel fuller. Healing trauma restores the present. By understanding how we construct time, we can become authors of our own temporal reality. Where we place our attention changes the story of time on the clock. It's measured in joy, it flies in presence, it dissolves. The raw material of reality may be outside us, but our timeline is drawn by our awareness. Our consciousness is the engine of our temporal journey. The question isn't, is time real? But how do we want to create our time? Time is not a cage, it's a canvas. We are the artists of our own experience of time. Subscribe to the Quantum Collective, and let's step out of time together.